guys, welcome to my next trade recap. New week, we get Monday, 4th of May. I'm just gonna be going over today's price action quickly, over the entries that I took, the setups that I took, and what was it that I traded today. So first of all, coming into the week, I got my previous days, so basically Fridays highs, Friday's lows. We see here a nice support level. We see here a nice resistance level, which is being established on Friday last week. We see all these stacked highs building a nice resistance zone. What we then see is we open above, we sweep the highs during Asia session. We then have a strong pullback into the 1 hour fair value gap. Approximately, it's kind of the midpoint here. It's kind of the midpoint of the fair value gap. And so basically today morning Asia session, I was looking for some shorts here because I saw that we already swept the highs here. We swept Friday's highs, and I was looking for shorts, and my trade here was extremely, like, it's to say simple, it was dumb. Like, I went for shorts. I think I entered off a 5-minute fair value gap. I think it was a 5-minute displacement here. I think it was there on. So I just took this entry right here, go into the 15-minute. So, and I entered on, yeah, I think it was this candle right here. And I targeted the closure of, so basically the end of the fair value gap right here, because as you can see, price is opening above the last wick, creating a gap right here. So I was just anticipating price to close that gap, which isn't wrong. Like, the direction is right, structure is right, but my stop, I don't know why I put my stop at this level right here. So I put my stop above a 5-minute fair value gap. Not that one, not this one. It was the one later, the one after that one. So basically you got that one, and I took my stop loss above the latest one. So I just put my stop loss above the fair value gap instead of just putting my stop loss above the Tokyo high. I don't know, it's basically the highest probability point for a stop loss here. And then maybe readjusting my whole trade to sweep like these highs here, these lows, I mean, sorry, to take liquidity here, which would put me at a risk to reward of 1 to 2.5, which is nice, basically. But I didn't manage to have that. I could have even placed my stop loss above this 5-minute fair value gap, which is already being retested, so it's already mitigated, and I could have been just placing my stops above. But no, I placed my stops randomly, get stopped out, price reversed. So basically price went on and traded into my direction. So that was the dumb trade. I did took another trade later on during New York session. On the 15-minute chart we had, so basically what we see is we see a we see a nice supply zone right here building up, basically these highs, and we are creating kind of a neckline from from a 15-minute chart. So basically on a 15-minute chart we get a head and shoulders pattern, some kind of reversal, liquidity sweep here, and I just anticipated price to react and just watch how it's going to behave at this resistance point. And then I saw we had bearish news coming in. And I waited for this candle to close. It closed below the resistance, and then I basically traded that. I basically went on for shorts, placed my stop above, and I placed my, I think I entered somewhere here, somewhere around here. It was a 124.7, yeah, something like that. So basically I took this trade then, entered on the first impulse candle for the bearish movement here, for the bearish move, and then I just targeted London lows. As you see, price perfectly taps into it, moves a bit further. I think 1R, it could have been taken one more R with me as a win, but it's alright. I traded structure, I traded patiently, waited for price to get to my zone. I think, yeah, as price crossed this level here, broke below, I put my stops at break even, and yeah, that was the trade. Yeah, guys, that was basically it. I'm gonna be back tomorrow. I think tomorrow is an interesting day. We have a lot of news coming in, so I expect a lot of volatility tomorrow during New York session. Probably maybe a further move down, further bearish move here, because this whole thing looks to me pretty bearish. We have a head and shoulders pattern. We have a nice resistance zone here. We create fair value gaps here. We have a huge 1 hour fair value gap. So basically, key thing here is to look how price is going to behave here. If you're going to close above or we're going to close below, this fair value gap will pretty much tell us the move for the day, basically for tomorrow, and how to trade it all. But yeah, taking the lessons every day, improving, revising the charts, and just taking every setup as a lesson. Guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.